This video describes a hack to format, copy, and paste data from Excel to name ticks in Midi Designer Pro2. I have created an Excel template that can be used to parse and format the name ticks data. Then it can be easily modified, copied, and pasted back into name ticks for knobs, sliders, and other similar controls. This is a quick and simple hack to populate name ticks from a prepared list without entering it manually into Midi Designer's Edit Named Ticks. Part 2 provides the steps to edit named ticks. Part 3 provides details on using the template to create the list. This demo uses the Mac OS version of Midi Designer Pro. The concept will apply to the iPad and iPhone versions as well. Note, it's a good idea to save your Midi Designer design before beginning in case you need to recover it. Begin by creating appropriate name ticks in Midi Designer in a knob or slider or other control. For this demo, I created a slider with 10 ticks and set the display min-max to 0 to 9. I set the MIDI min-max to 0 to 9 to match the display value. Then I activated Use Name Ticks. I also activated Send On Release Only. Next, select Name Ticks to open the Edit Text window. Click the Edit Text column, select all Name Ticks values, and copy. The Name Ticks copy from Midi Designer is one column with a space as a separator to represent 3 columns. Open the Excel Name Ticks template and paste the copied data into cell A3. After parsing, any or all columns may be directly edited in the Excel template or by copying a column created in another spreadsheet and pasting over the respective column. You can paste over the template columns or type over existing data, but cannot insert or delete cells to avoid an error. One of 2 conditions will happen. If the resultant data splits into 2 or 3 columns, skip the next step. If the resultant data appears in only column A, select all data in that column, select the data menu, select text to columns, select delimited. Next, select space as delimiter. Next, select general, and then finish. The data will appear in 2 or 3 columns. Prepare the desired new or updated data in another worksheet prior to the next step. You can modify more than one column. I previously prepared a worksheet with new MIDI and display numeric values and added random numbers and text to the label text column. Open the Excel worksheet with the prepared new or updated data and copy and paste each column into the appropriate column in the template. Select and copy the data in the Result to Paste into Name Ticks column. In the Edit Text tab in Midi Designer, Select all and paste over the current data. Exit Design Mode and verify the label below the slider indicates the created text value. Close and save. This part describes the Excel template I created using Excel 365 for Mac. Excel uses the menu data text to columns to parse the data into 3 separate columns. Note, Excel may remember the text to columns function and automatically apply it during the paste. I use rows 1 and 2 for the column titles. I created borders for 127 rows for columns A, B, C, and E. I use column D as a separator between the pasted data and the results to paste back. I highlight A3 as the cell to paste the name text data from Midi Designer. Columns A, B, and C represent the 3 values in the name text pane: Midi renumber, display renumber, and label text. Label text may or may not be populated in the initial data from Midi Designer. If desired, label text can be displayed on a label with name text source as label value source. Column E contains a formula to concatenate columns A, B, and C with a space as delimiter. The formula in E3 is concat, open parentheses, A3, comma, quote space, quote, comma, B3, comma, quote space, quote, comma, C3, close parentheses. This formula needs to be copied down to the last row of the template. When creating the template, save as template in the File menu. To use, select New from Template in the File menu. This creates a standard worksheet based on the template. The brief instructions summarize the steps. In conclusion, if you have any questions or comments, contact me at djsorg2062@gmail.com. Thank you.